Dollars Want Me, The New Road to Opulence by Henry Harrison Brown. Time, a factor. In all your self-culture, you are to remember that time is a necessary factor in unfoldment. It is not a measure of duration. This mistake of measuring time by the figures on a dial will never do in this culture. Time is to be measured by growth. Some may grow more while the hands count 24 hours than others in 10 times that. Take no thought of time. You have all there is. You are spirit, or mind if you prefer the word, and have all eternity. Seeds require time to germinate, grow, leaf, bud, bloom, blossom, and fruit. Each thought, each change in your ideal is a seed. It will follow nature's line of evolution. You will require time as you change your attitude. A period will be required to change your vibrations so that the dollar will feel you and learn that it wants you. This period will vary according to your power of concentration and your fidelity to your ideal as couched in the affirmation, "Dollars want me." The thought field is first to be cleared of the weeds of the old thought sowing, and the seeds of the new must germinate and bear fruit in the garden of supply. Forget the past. Pay no attention to the old conditions. Keep at your affirmation, knowing that it is the gate to the reservoir, and every irrigating ditch will fill as soon as water can come down from the reservoir to it. I want, the echo, I want dollars, must become still before the real sound of dollars want me can vibrate in your aura. Know, as the merchant knows that he has that which the people want, that you have that which dollars want, in your thought, in your hand, in your life. Advertise your purpose to the dollar. Tell it that it wants all these, that without you it has no power, that without you it can do nothing. Tell it that all that it wants you have, that it will come to you, that it may accomplish its mission. Then, like a patient merchant, wait for your customers. Dollars will soon flock, as do customers, to a bargain counter. The want column has attracted them. Use here only the same common sense perseverance and patience the successful businessman uses, and dollars will find their wants supplied in you, and you will find supply. Consciousness of want. God hid the whole world in thy heart, says Emerson. Human possibility. The human soul possesses potentially all possible power. Like heat in coal, this power in man waits for expression. Power in coal or steam waits for opportunity for expression, but man makes his opportunity. Power needs man as fast as man learns that the power in coal, electricity or radium waits for him to use it. He puts them to use and learns that from all eternity they have waited for the thought necessary to direct them in work for him. All progress is but a change of mental attitude toward conditions that exist. A weed is a plant man does not know the use of, says Emerson. So the condition, whatever it be, that is today untoward, when man knows how to use it, will be found favourable. There are millions of weeds waiting for man to learn their use. Weeds want man. They will tell their secret to the listening ear. Weeds as well as roses live for our happiness. Love for the ideal leads to desire. Desire leads to action. Action converts untoward conditions into the actual ideal. In the old thought, man was controlled by want. He was ignorant of his place and power in nature. In this thought of want he laboured. Even in his religious life, he wrought in the want of heaven. But the fact is, heaven holds out rewards for man because it wants him. Want is lack of manhood. Want is born from the non-intelligence of the brute which man has not yet outgrown. The individual conscious of his power does not want. He knows that whatever is needed for his health, happiness and unfoldment already is. All he needs to know is where and how to get it. The psalmist said in a most matter-of-fact way, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Why? Because the power that called him into being prepared conditions for him before he came. Jesus saw the same truth in the realization that he was an integral portion of the universe. He said, "I and my Father are one. All things that the Father hath are mine." And he had learned how to get them. He could not lack. He knew his power. Even the wind and the sea obeyed him. Nature's demand. Things for man and not man for things. Whoever realizes this truth cannot want. All nature wants him, is constantly bidding for him and even lying in wait for him. Opportunities are ever present for man to use. Power and things which represent power are at all times present for his unfolding into consciousness of himself as being. As a child of infinite wisdom, the constant enlargement of this consciousness causes a constant change of mental attitude so that man learns to use opportunities and conditions instead of being used by them. When once an individual has reached his consciousness of himself, he realizes the value of Emerson's admonition. Let a man know his worth and keep things under his feet. Let him not peep or steal or skulk up and down like a charity boy, a bastard, or an interloper in the world which exists for him. He will know that all that is for the unfolding into consciousness of the embryo God which he is. He will follow in love his ideal, and there will constantly open fields of activity that want him. There will constantly be more power asking him to harness it. In radium, he is finding now only the promise of future knowledge, a vaster use. Power is an atmosphere that cannot be limited or lessened. In consciousness of himself as power to use power, man will not seek to possess things, but will learn to use things. Thus will the law be fulfilled. Seek first the kingdom, then will things be added. This truth perceived, man will not waste life in hoarding and clinging to things. Each day he will use, in love, everything that is his to use, and thus will develop his power to draw other things that want him to use them. He will gradually unfold the ability to see and improve the incessant opportunities that force themselves upon him. He will come to know that nature wants his thought and love to help her express her latent forces, which are merely waiting for the hand of man to lose for his use. Nothing has value save that which adds to man's health, happiness, or usefulness, said James Freeman Clarke. Nature writes upon all her works, service to man. To revolutionize civilization is small compared with the transforming power flowing through the mental attitude expressed in the thought, "Things want me, dollars want me, nature wants me, God wants me." The principle is universal. Man must entirely reverse his attitude toward nature, himself, and things. He must recognize that, as the crowning expression of infinite power, he is to accept his place as the ruler, and he is to exercise dominion over all things. He must affirm, "The world exists for me. It is for my use. It has no other use than to minister to me. Without me, there is no purpose, no ultimate in nature." There can never be a happy and equitable condition in society until the present attitude of want is changed. Whenever the race shall affirm, "Things want me," then the millennium will be near. Man will then see that he is infinite in his possibilities, that time and things are simply the means by which he comes into consciousness of his own divinity and immortality. That change comes to each individual when he learns to affirm in truth, I possess, in place of, as he now says, I want. Dollars want me in place of, I want dollars. I affirm the infinite possibilities of the human soul. I have faith in man as power to overcome all limitations and to realize that he is able, through expressing his divinity, to have dominion over all nature. He will have this as fast as he learns his power. I affirm that there is but one power, one mind. All phenomena are but a manifestation of that one, the self-conscious manifestation of that mind-man, because he is self-conscious, has power to command obedience from all that is not self-conscious, to command all that is not himself. Money, being a part of all, and also being a creation of human thought, is subject to human will. All this my critic may not accept, and consequently he will look from the old thought point of view. Having no thought in common, he cannot agree with me. Do you wish to know the truth of these principles? Practice them and await results. The final test is always, by their fruits ye shall know them. Practice is necessary. No ideal can be reached without great effort. Your desire must be accompanied by earnest work. Indolence will never draw. The magnet works or it would not draw the needle. Thought is work. Concentration and will and effort are necessary. Accept the principle, and then, as the architect plans and concentrates on his work till his house rises complete, for otherwise it would be a medley, so one must build an ideal of opulence and stick to it, no matter what comes, until he actualizes his ideal in the objective. It is no easy task to develop the faith that moves dollars, but it is easier than to endure the poverty. Let one be as persistent in thinking and declaring, I am rich, as he has been in declaring, I am poor. Let him with equal persistency say, I have dollars, as he has been saying, I want dollars. I will promise him that he will grow into that mental attitude of perception that will see and take advantage of opportunities to earn the dollars that lie all about him now unperceived. No man can do his best under the thought of poverty and a thought of want. Knowing his ability, the workman does his best. Under fear, doubt, mistrust, he can never do good work. The poor workman quarrels with his tools. The good workman knows he has the power and uses to best advantage his tools. It is always the mental attitude that determines success. Let that attitude be, business wants me. An instance of success. A gentleman in my class in Boston who furnished a noon luncheon to hundreds said, Mr. Brown, I don't understand how dollars want me. Why did you select that location for your business, I asked. Because it was in the center of the business district and there was opportunity for me, he answered. Surely, said I, you have answered my question. You went there because business called you. Business wanted you. You said men want dinners and I go to furnish them. He saw the point, applied it, and thinking thereafter, men want dinners, drew men and increased his business. We radiate a mental atmosphere that is sense and is potent. He who says, I want your dollars, repels you. He who says, you want my goods and I am glad to serve you, draws business.